everyone shares their struggles with someone. And see, here's why this matters. Whoever I share my struggles with is whoever I allow to speak into my struggles. You know, and I was gonna make this question, who are your 5 closest friends? That's how I was gonna word it. But I knew that some of you would be like, I don't have 5 close friends right now. When really you do, you know? And the fact is this, every one of us shares our struggles with someone. And the problem with the question I wanted to ask was that those of us who have been walking with Jesus for any length of time know how to, write down the 5 people we'd consider friends in church. So you think about, oh, here are my 5 favorite church friends, and you write their name down. When in reality, the 5 people who you're actually currently sharing your struggles with might be totally different people. And so the fact is this, our closest friends aren't always the ones we'd write down on a paper in a church service. Our closest friends at any given point in our lives are the people that we're sharing our struggles with. And whoever we're sharing our struggles with are the people that we're allowing to speak into our struggles. And sometimes that's a hard reality to look at who we're actually sharing with, because the fact is we're greatly influenced by the people who we share with. And I think we're also pretty good at deceiving ourselves sometimes into thinking that the people that we're sharing with aren't influencing us in different ways. And so if we are sharing things with people who aren't in tune with the Lord, knowingly or unknowingly, we're allowing their influence to speak to us on some level. And for a little while that can be no big deal, but it doesn't often become a big deal until bigger issues start to come up. And I guarantee you will find this principle to be true in your life, that whoever you share your struggles with is the person who you're eventually going to allow to speak into your struggles. You wouldn't be very likely to go to a gym where the trainers were all out of shape and messed up, right? You want to see what the example is and say, okay, I could see that for my life. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you now. You shouldn't get marriage advice from somebody who's going through a divorce right now. And I'm about to ruffle some feathers here from the church pulpit. Is that okay with you guys? Not all advice from family members is good advice. Some of you are like, I'm looking down because I'm sitting right next to him right now. If your marriage is struggling, do not go find someone else who you know is also struggling in their marriage to commiserate with them, especially if it's the opposite sex. But even if it's the same sex and you're just going to have a little bit of a gripe fest about your spouse or whatever, if your marriage is struggling, you go find someone who's been married for a long time or has walked through the fire and come through it. And you say, you know what? We are drowning right now. Can you send me a life preserver? Can we just talk to you about what's happening? I'm tempted to give up. What should I do? Here's the deal. Whoever you share your struggles with will inevitably become the person you allow to speak into your struggles.